So last month at 21 years old, I made $14,000 selling digital products on social media. And a lot of you guys are gonna come on here and just think, oh, there's no way this is real, this is a scam. Well, I have all the proof you need. There's proof right there. And if you need more proof, you can go to my Instagram at Connor McGinnis Official and go through my results, my testimonials, and you'll see a shit ton. A year ago, I was dragging myself through 12-hour shifts, broke and depressed, and let me tell you how I got here. So this is kind of like the backstory. So growing up, I always hated school. Like since I was a kid, I absolutely hated school, but obviously I went with the traditional route like everybody else. I went to university, I tried it out. Again, I hated it. My marks were terrible. I failed like half my classes and I ended up dropping out my first year of university and then just started working a little job. And then I ended up going back to university to try again, and I actually couldn't get in because my marks were so bad. That's how bad I was. And everyone around me seemed like they had their future lined up. They knew what they were taking for their degree. They knew the job they wanted and were gonna get. They had the good marks, and I just felt like I was falling way behind. So then I started working 12-hour shifts, and this was shift work. So some days I would work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then other days I would work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And looking around at my coworkers, which were 10, 20, 30 years older than me, I realized if I don't figure something out, this is going to be me for the rest of my life. And that terrified me. And I actually liked the people that I worked with, but it was just a thought that knowing if I stay in this exact same position, it's going to look like this for the next 40 years of my life. And I knew I was meant for more. Like deep down, I always knew I was meant for more. So one night at work, I think it was like 3 a.m. and I was like half asleep, just scrolling like I would always be like on a break. And I came across a couple of videos that were talking about like digital marketing and selling digital products. And I didn't have much information about it. I know I've tried like drop shipping in the past, YouTube automation in the past, but I failed at both of them, mainly because I didn't go all in and I just gave up after like a week. But for digital marketing, I saw that you could create a digital product and then sell it as many times as you want, and you didn't have to worry about like any kind of physical products. So you didn't have to worry about shipping or inventory or stock or anything like that. So kind of that night I was like, okay, well, I see potential with this. I looked into it and I saw the digital marketing industry. It was estimated to be worth like 1.5 trillion by 2030. So I was like, okay, well, if I can sell a digital product, find something that solves a problem for people, sell it 1,000,000 times, I'm gonna be rich. So I decided to give it a shot, and I promised myself this time that I would actually go all in for once in my life, cut out all the bullshit distractions and not give up with this business model. And so I gave it a shot, and I actually took a program that had products pre-made ready to sell for me that were already proven to sell. So that made life a lot easier because I didn't have to worry about creating a digital product and spending weeks, if not a month, to create a solid value product. And I just sold products that were already proven to work through a program that I took. Anyways, I started posting on social media every day promoting my digital products, and I actually made my first ever sale 4 days into posting content, which was insane. It wasn't even that big of a sale. I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks, but it was just knowing that if I could do this once, I could do this 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. From there, I just started posting on social media every single day, at least 1 to 2 times a day at the time. And I was just making sure I was like gaining more knowledge and learning and like getting 1% better every single day. Because I knew if I could do that, and I knew if I could get that first sale, I could just continue to do this. Also, for anyone wondering what a digital product is, this can be anything like an ebook, course, template, guide, planner, anything digitally. So you can make like a fitness program, you can go and make like a cookie recipe and promote it on Facebook, social media, Instagram, TikTok, platforms like that. You can make like a health guide, anything digitally that people would receive through their phone, whether it's through email, through whatever. 1 month later, I quit my job and I went all in with this business model. Now, within that month that I started this, I think I made like 1.5K, that was it. And obviously that's not enough to be living with, but it was like I said 100 times before, it was knowing the fact that if I could make $1,000 online, I can make 10,000. If I can make 10,000, I can make 100,000. If I can make 100,000, I can make 1,000,000. And that was the mindset that I went in with this. So at the time, I didn't even tell my parents about this. They just thought I was going to reapply to school again somehow and get accepted, even though there was no way I was going to get accepted again. And so they had no idea what I was doing. And I basically just kept telling them, like, give me some time. I have some plans for things. I'm gonna make this online money work. And they really honestly doubted me, which I don't blame them. Fast forward to last month, I made $14,000 in 30 days. Now, nowadays, that's not that much, but just knowing that I did this by myself without a university degree, without a boss, just myself with consistency and discipline, it was a good feeling. Every business model works. None of them are saturated. You just have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Here is the honest truth. 99% of the people that come on here and they want to start selling digital products or posting to make money off YouTube, whatever it is, they'll post 10 to 15 times and then they literally just quit. So many people give up too early, and it's honestly sad, because if you just genuinely lock in and stay consistent every single day, regardless of the views, the likes, your followers, if you just lock in and you grind every single day, you will see results. I promise you, you will see results. Your likes will go up, your views will go up, your followers will go up. People are gonna be interested in buying your digital products or your physical products. Whatever business model you are in, it's going to work. Just do not give up, because if you don't give up, there's literally no way to fail. Now, this journey taught me a few things. One, you don't need a degree. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to get a degree. I'm just saying the marketing and sales that I learned, I didn't need a degree for. You don't need a degree to be successful in the online space. Pretty sure a big percentage of people that are successful in the online space don't have a degree at all. Number two, failure is just feedback. It is not the end. I promise you, I failed so many times before seeing success with this, and everyone online that is successful, they failed hundreds of times, but they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Number three, if I can do this shit, you 100% can too. Everyone that knows me in person knows that I'm not smart. Like, I'm a university dropout. I almost failed half my classes in high school, but I had that work ethic, and I knew if I stayed consistent with a business model online every single day, I would keep learning, and eventually I would crack the code. And I did. So yeah, that's how I went from a university dropout to working 12-hour night shifts to then making $14,000 all from my phone in a single month, selling digital products on social media. This is also my first ever YouTube video, and I'm going to continue to keep inspiring every single one of you that wants to make money online and is watching this video. And remember, if I could do this at 21 years old with just a phone and Wi-Fi, why can't you?